everyone, welcome back to ELA Prep. In this video we're going to be talking about theme, which is one of the most important skills in ELA. So theme can show up on tests, essays, and class discussions. So by the end of this video you should feel confident in identifying and explaining a theme in any type of story. I'm still sick, but that's besides the point. Let's go straight into this video. If you do end up liking this video, like and subscribe, and yeah, let's dive in. So first, what exactly is a theme? So a theme is a message or lesson the author wants the reader to understand. It's not just what happens in the story, it's what the story is really saying beneath all of its events. So authors reveal theme in a few key ways. So you want to be paying attention to the actions and decisions characters make, the conflicts they face, how those conflicts are resolved, and what changes by the end of the story. So all of these clues help us point towards the theme. Alright, so this slide is also super important because a lot of students may get confused or lose points here. So theme is not just one word. Theme is also not a summary of the plot. So retelling what happens in the story doesn't really explain the lesson. And finally, theme is not a specific character or a scene. They could help describe the theme, but the theme has to be a general idea that could apply to real life and not just that moment in a specific story. So not just one scene, it needs to apply for the entire work or the entire story. Alright, so next we're gonna clear up the difference between theme and topic because there's a lot of confusion here. So topic is what the story is about, and it's usually one word or a short phrase, just like we said theme isn't. And theme is what the story says about that specific topic, and it should be a complete thought, a full idea. So for example, a story about a friendship may have the theme that true friends support each other during hard times. So notice how that's a full sentence and a lesson that, well, you could apply to real life. Alright, so next we're moving on to identifying the theme. If you're ever stuck trying to find the theme, you should use these specific steps. So step 1, identify the main conflict or problem. Next, notice how characters respond to challenges. Do they grow? Do they fail? How do they change? Step 3, think about what the character learns by the end of the story. And step 4, ask what lessons apply to real life. That answer usually leads you directly to the theme, and it's what we've been talking about basically for this entire presentation. So it's relatively a simple topic, it's easy to differentiate, but let's practice because you never know how it's actually going to be in an actual story or a mini story. So here's our first sample story. A young athlete fails many times and thinks about quitting. They decide to keep practicing even when it is difficult. Eventually, the athlete succeeds. What lesson does this story teach? So before jumping right to the answer, think through the steps. So what is a conflict? How does the character respond? What do they learn? And what exact lessons apply to the real life? So I'm gonna wait a little bit here. I'm gonna pause so you guys could figure out the answer, and then we'll move on. Alright, so the lesson to this story is never give up. That works as a theme because it's a full idea, not just one word, and it clearly connects to what the character has experienced and learned. Now, this isn't necessarily a complete sentence either, but it is a very broad and general idea that isn't just summarized to one word. Alright, so let's take a little bit of a look for our next story. So sample story 2 says, a character helps others without expecting anything in return. The people he helped go on and live their lives to the fullest. Which answer best expresses the theme? Is it A, kindness can make a positive difference? B, helping others? C, the character helps people, or D, being nice? So again, I'll let you guys answer this, and then we'll move on. Alright, so the correct answer is A. Kindness can make a positive difference. Now why? Well, it's a full idea. It explains a lesson that can be applied to real life, and it applies just beyond the story. The other choices are either topics, summaries, or like they're too specific to be themes. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. It was a relatively short video, but a simple one as well. If this video helped you understand a little bit about theme, make sure to like and subscribe. Remember, when identifying theme, always look for the lesson the author wants you to take away, not just what happened in the story. Feel free to comment down in case you have any suggestions or questions. And yeah, I'll see you in the next week. Bye bye.